Hey, what's good guys? It's your man 4am again, back with a new quick guide for Minecraft. In today's video, I'm gonna show you how you can easily find ancient cities or your survival world, reap the rewards, basically get your hands on all the treasure which you can get from there with zero risk, including the Otherside Music Disc, the shards, and also deal with the Warden, so let's get right to it. Alright, so let's begin with creating a new world and locate an ancient city. I'm going to talk about everything you need to know about finding those very quickly. So we just spawned into a big savanna, and right now we're going to have to search for a mountain biome or a plateau, because this is where the deep dark can pop up, and inside the deep dark biome you will have a chance of finding ancient cities. So what we're going to do is search for plateaus, mountain ranges, and we basically have one exactly right in front of us. So this is going to be one where we're going to have a high chance of finding the deep dark itself. So we're just going to fly to this one. By the way, wow man, the generation right here is beautiful. So right now we know we are in a mountains biome, and what we can do is just jump all the way down into a cave system. This already brings us straight to it. Look at that. So right here we've got some Sculk. And the next thing you want to do if you find the deep dark is search for Y level -52. So we're going to have to do quite some digging right here. But the easiest way is just straight down. Of course, if you're going with survival, make sure to make a trench 1 by 2. So you cannot really fall all the way down when you do happen to hit the floor, let's say. Alright, so there we go. We already activated the Shrieker, but as you can see, we just entered an ancient city. So let's repeat. First, you need to find a deep dark biome located in the either plateau or mountain range. Search for the deep dark, the Sculk basically, and then you're gonna dig all the way down to minus level 52. Because if we're standing on this height, you will see exactly that. And boy, oh boy, I never get used to that scary sound. So, next up, the preparation for raiding this particular area. The ancient cities are actually pretty safe to raid, as long as you know what you're doing. And they are also pretty big, as you can see. So there is plenty of loot to gather. We've got the Music Disc 13. We've got different books, including the Sneak III, which you can find inside the chests. And of course, some people would love to get their hands on the land array, Otherside, and also the disc fragments with which you can craft disc number 5. Right here we've got some Echo Shards, which you can use to make a compass to locate your dead body. You will also find Sculk catalysts and Sculk sensors, but you have to be very cautious about opening up those chests, as this will basically trigger the Shriekers and a Warden will pop up. If you want to know more about the Warden, I basically made a guide on how you can take these bad boys down very easily with zero risks. Definitely make sure to check out my video about that in the top right of the screen. It's going to help you to tackle them so much easier, while in this video I'm also going to share a technique which allows you to avoid them in general. Anyways, let's move on to raiding the ancient city itself. How you can survive this in survival mode, how you can prevent spawning any wardens and reap all the rewards which you can basically find inside. For this, I would definitely recommend you to find a safe place on the side, not start raiding basically from the center, because right here you will have the highest chance of triggering the Shriekers. So find something on the side, for example right here, and this could be the perfect place to make your hideout with a respawn point, etc. Alright, so I just made a little spawning room to prepare for the ancient city raiding. So basically, what you need to do first is place down a bed, right click it to secure your spawn point. So if you happen to die inside when you do trigger the Warden and get killed, you will always spawn back in this area. Anyways, next step, we're gonna need quite some items. Let me just place this anvil right here. First off, I wanna recommend you to bring a full set of netherite with unbreaking and protection, and also an elytra instead of a chest. So if you do happen to spawn the Warden, you can basically fly away. We're gonna equip this full set because it will make us a little bit tankier, prevent us from getting one shot basically. And then of course, you also want to bring a nice amount of firework rockets so you can fly away when you need to, as well as an extra shulker box with even more of those bad boys if you do happen to run out of them. Anyways, next step, what you want to do is bring some extra potions of night vision, because it's going to be very dark in this place and you want to make sure that you can spot Shriekers from a pretty nice distance, as well as chests, so you know exactly where you need to go and which places you should prevent or simply sneak around so you cannot spawn in the Warden. Next up, you're also going to bring a nice amount of swiftness potion, so you can sneak a little bit faster, basically raid the ancient city more efficiently. Both of them are upgraded with redstone, so 8 minutes. And I also recommend you to bring some ender pearls. If you do happen to spawn in the Warden, you could use this one as means of escape, which can be very useful. And of course, we also bring some shulker boxes in which you can store your loot. And if you want to make sure that it cannot disappear, let's say, you will basically place the shulker box inside the ender chest. While you're raiding, guys, there is a chance you're gonna die. So what you want to do is bring an extra set of armor. It doesn't have to be full netherite, but with the feather falling, it's definitely recommended, so you can retrieve the belongings of your corpse with also some extra snacks and ender pearls. And then, last but not least, we're also going to bring some trapdoors with which we can trap the Warden so it cannot chase us down if it does happen to pop up. Then also a netherite pickaxe with a maximum efficiency and silk touch, so we can break the ender chest, collect that one every single time after we've stored our valuable belongings in there. Some acoustic insulation. Any type of wool will work to prevent the Shriekers, the sensors basically, from triggering. So the Warden doesn't spawn in the first place. Some rockets, and yeah, the netherite hole with which we can break the Sculk, get our hands on all that experience as well. Okay, so now that we've got all these items, it's time to start raiding the ancient city. First things first, guys, before you even think about stepping outside, double check if you have your respawn point set, and also drink a potion of night vision to make it so much easier to see what's happening in your surroundings. So right in front of us, we already have a Shrieker right there, so we want to be careful for that one. And to prevent them from triggering in any way, we're basically going to start sneaking 24/7 basically, and this is gonna take quite some time if we don't have extra movement speed. So what you want to do is also take out one of your potions of swiftness to make this a little bit faster and more efficiently. So right here we also have the Sculk sensors, the Shrieker. Everything is dangerous, so just try to stay away from it as much as possible. And of course you don't have to do anything about the Shriekers or the sensors as long as you don't have any chests in the area. I mean, the only thing that we are here for are the chests. And look at that, we already found our very first one. As long as we keep crouching, guys, there is no danger at all. No wardens will pop up, so just take your time when you're doing this and you'll be safe. The next problem right here is the chest. So if we open it, it will trigger the sensors and will of course alarm the Shrieker. So what we're gonna have to do is first disable all the sensors. So for that, what we're gonna do is take out our insulation and basically start placing blocks around them so they cannot be triggered in any way. And what I'm going to do right here is just place even more wool around it. So all this is disabled 100%. Right there, we've got some more Shriekers. So what happens if we place the wool around it? It will insulate the sound. So basically no sound trigger these blocks. And it should be 100% safe to loot the treasure. So we've got two treasure chests right next to each other, but look at that, another Shrieker. So we're gonna first make sure that we've disabled everything. All the sensors, all the Shriekers. Whoops. So that was the first warning. After 3 warnings, the Warden will pop up, so make sure that doesn't happen. Always try to stay away from the Shriekers as much as possible. And once you think you've basically blocked everything, I see one more Sculk sensor right there, then you're basically good to go. So that's already a full stack of wool gone. So right now we're gonna search for a safe spot where we can place down a shulker box without triggering any sensors or Shriekers. Place it down and we should be safe. I open it up. All right, so it didn't trigger anything. We can take some new blocks, of course. Make sure you still have room for the treasures which you're gonna find. Right now, we're basically ready to loot the treasure. But, guys, if you open up the chest, it can basically trigger a Shrieker. And if there is another one, when you close it, it can trigger it again. There should be a cooldown of 10 seconds every time when you trigger it. Be extra careful about this. What you can do is basically make a box around the chest, so you can insulate the sound around you even more and open it in that way. Right now we don't hear any sensors, so that's a good thing. But to prevent the sound from triggering twice, we can also just break the chest, and that would be a lot safer. Right now, we're gonna take another shulker box, and inside it, we can basically place all the treasure, like the Potion of Generation we just found, the Swift Sneak 3 book. I definitely recommend you to bring an anvil for this if you want to apply it to your leggings. By the way, you can also find leggings in the ancient cities, which do have this built in already. For video purposes, I'm gonna quickly put it on there in creative to show you the effect. But right now we're basically done. And what we can do is break the wool quite fast with a netherite hoe, and then we can continue the hunt. As you can see right now, our sneaking is so much faster with only this enchantment. If we want to make it even more efficient, of course, we're going to take out another potion of swiftness. And the night vision also wore off, so we just going to drink both. And look at that, we found another chest. So once again, we're going to double check our surroundings. Make sure that we don't have any shriekers or sensors around us and block those out. I think that one is actually far away enough, but here we go. Open up the chest, and this time we found some Echo Shards with which we can make a compass to find our corpses back, and also a enchanted golden apple, ladies and gentlemen. Boy, oh boy, that's pretty interesting. And we're just gonna keep searching for some new chests. Right there, we've got a lot more. Another one right there. So this is gonna take quite some work, as we're gonna have to disable many of these sensors. We've got another Swift Sneak book, as well as the Depth Strider. Now we can actually just jump around as everything is blocked out. And look at that, we've got another pretty interesting chest with some nice valuables. So I think you guys have a good idea right now on how to safely raid the ancient city without triggering the Warden. But of course, it can happen, so let me just simulate that situation as well. So we're just gonna jump off right here, try and triggering some Shriekers. By the way, if you have the Swiftness potion, it's actually pretty easy to just quickly take all the valuable items from the different chests without having to do all the isolation with the wool. You're just gonna quickly spot the valuables, leave the chest, and keep running around. You can even use a rocket to locate the chest even faster. And look at that, we found some more music discs, some Echo Shards, and right now we're probably gonna trigger the Warden, but we're actually pretty safe as long as we just keep moving around. Another one right here. He's probably gonna pop up any moment right now. So what you wanna do is just get out line of sight, walk like 20-30 blocks away. So you will be pretty safe. And if you're out of the darkness, it's not gonna harm you in any way. It's just too far. It can smell you if you get a little bit closer. But right now we're actually pretty safe, so we can just keep raiding. Let's just fly back to this location and show you a technique which you can use to basically trap the Warden so they cannot get to you in any way. I'm just gonna take my spruce trapdoors and just get rid of all this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Basically make a little trench and place the trapdoors just like that on the other side as well. And now we're gonna just lure the Warden in. So right now it's gonna smell me. We're just gonna back off a little bit. Just keep sneaking. You don't want to panic in any way. Just make him slowly chase you down and make him fall into the pit. So right now he's picking up our scent, and we're gonna move towards this area. And now he should be tricked because of the trapdoors, and he will just walk in there, and bam! There you have it. The Warden is stuck. Of course, if he notices you, he will start shooting his sonic boom. So you want to be away as far as possible, because otherwise he will kill you. But once again, if you want to see my quick guide on how you can take down the Warden super easily, make sure to check it out. It's in the top right of the screen. Right now we're far away enough for the Warden to make him 100% harmless. But yeah, that is pretty much everything you need to know, from locating an ancient city to preparing for the raid, and of course also prevent the Warden from spawning in, and if it does, some tricks to prevent him from destroying you. Guys, a big thanks for watching. Definitely make sure to hit that like button if you did enjoy watching this one, if you found it helpful. And of course, if you have some extra tips for the community to make the ancient city farming even easier, make sure to leave them in the comments down below. Same for the questions, I'm happy to help. And yeah, if you enjoy my content, don't hesitate to subscribe, as there is a lot more coming your way. Right now though, it is 4 AM out. I want to wish you good luck with the ancient city hunts. I'll see you guys very soon in another video. Take care. Peace.